Hey everyone, and welcome to Talk Lofty. My name's Ernest Riekers, your host. Today's guest has seen Lofty from every angle: onboarding, customer success, sales enablement, and even now product operations. Baylee Rhoades is joining us today from the Lofty team. She joined on Valentine's Day in 2022, and over the past 3.5 years, she's watched the platform evolve from a scrappy startup into a true AI-powered platform in the real estate world. What makes her stand out? She's deeply customer obsessed and passionate about turning an agent feedback into smarter tools and better systems that actually work in the real world. So if you've ever thought, why doesn't Lofty do this? Baylee might just be the reason you want it. It does it now. Let's dive in. Welcome, Baylee.
Thanks, Ernest. That was such a nice intro. Really appreciate it. Just like you said, I've been with Lofty for 3.5 years, and I've had the opportunity to talk to a lot of really awesome folks, probably some listening in on this podcast, and hopefully those who are thinking about Lofty will get a chance to talk soon and learn about how we can make the platform even better to serve your business's needs.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about your journey. It sounds like you filled many roles over at Lofty.
Yeah, I started as an onboarding specialist after a decade of working in restaurants, actually. And I think that's what really carried over, that customer obsession. From onboarding, I really learned how people get started and that implementation process in Lofty. And then I worked into the customer success department, where I was able to live with accounts for a longer amount of time, really learning what makes things click for them, what makes them happy, and some of those friction points that they run into just in their first business. From there, I went into product operations, and I was able to take that experience and that customer voice, learning about those joys and those frustrations, and make some really cool changes with the product. So I'm really happy with my journey and all the cool things I've been able to do and the cool people I've been able to speak to.
Yeah, so now that you're in product operations, from your perspective in product ops, how are top producing agents using Lofty differently than everyone else? Are there any specific features that they lean into that others might overlook?
Definitely. So our top producing agents, when you lean into Lofty and you let it tell you what to do, then you can almost completely automate your business. One of my favorite little anecdotes, I was speaking with a customer, and he said that every day he zeroes out his opportunity notifications in Lofty, and that's built his 7-figure business. So we really have the tools built into the platform to help you succeed. We're delivering those high value leads right to your inbox and making sure that when you log in, you know exactly how you should be spending your time to get you in front of the right people.
Yeah, I think a lot of people overlook that. Even like putting my agent hat on, right? Like as a Lofty user myself, I overlook that almost every single day. It's like, go to the dashboard, zero out your tasks, complete everything you have to do, and then really kind of focus on doing additional activities. That's very, very smart of that agent to actually do that. So,
and we've definitely heard that before where, you have so many different tools and you have so many notifications you have to check a day. So that's why we're really excited about the changes we've made with AI Copilot. Right when you log in, you can open up the text prompt and it'll tell you, hey, Ernest, you've been ignoring Catherine for a week. Do you want to give her a call? And give you all of the things that you should be doing in that day. So even if you have the notification fatigue, Copilot has your back.
Yeah. So how do you find Copilot, right?
Copilot for new Lofty users is included into their account. For some users on legacy accounts, you do have 10 chats that you can use for free. So you can still set your day up really, really well. But yeah, we want to make something that's easily accessible for people. That's at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, the little sparkle icon.
Gotcha. I've clicked on it a couple times. I was just curious as to what it was. It was like, hey, do you want to draft an email to these prospects or to these new leads, like new opportunities? I think that's super, super cool. So, we're talking AI, right? Lofty's rolled out a lot of AI features lately. What are some of the most impactful ways agents are actually using those tools in their daily workflows?
All of our AI tools are really built to work together. So Sales Assistant, this is powering your website and your lead nurturing. So this will give you a funnel of leads that are visiting your site, bringing them into Lofty. It's asking great questions to qualify them, capture their profile, and even recommend listings or try to schedule showings. Once they're in your Lofty platform, maybe you're engaging with them as well, or maybe you're letting Sales Assistant handle it. Copilot is your best friend and internal tool for managing those notifications. You can even use it to filter leads. Like if you don't want to mess around with all the filters in the people page, you can just ask Copilot to show you leads who visited your website recently, or they too are interacting with certain parts of the product. And then we also launched AI Marketer, which is one of our social studio solutions, and that can help funnel leads into your website from all of your organic social traffic.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know one thing that I've done with because AI Copilot and always tell agents is perform lead TPR, right? Or go and revive those leads. It's super cool because now AI Copilot can do all of the deep digging for you, right? Like you can go in there and prompt it to say, hey, go find me all the leads that have not been active with my website over the last 30 days that are all in a new lead pipeline who are buyers. And it'll craft that list for you and you can send emails out.
You can send emails. You can even select all and send them to the dialer. And now you're calling through a list of maybe 50 people. And it took you less than a minute to get that information.
Yeah. And the other cool thing, like you were mentioning, the tongue twister, Social Studio. Yeah, I say tongue twister because when you say Lofty and you're talking AI, it's like a Social Studio. But Social Studio is kind of one of my favorite tools to use as an agent, right? Not as a Lofty, person, but as an agent, I love Social Studio because it keeps me relevant. I think the incorporation of AI Marketer, I think it is called now, is super cool because now it gives you the ability to leverage AI without having to go outside of the platform, right? Because traditionally agents would go, ChatGPT, give me, content around first-time home buyers or whatever niche they're actually trying to target to post about. Now AI Marketer, you can go and craft it right inside of Lofty, which is super cool.
Yeah, I even pull in images from your own listings. And we do have a couple of different language models that are built into all of our AI solutions. So you're not just getting ChatGPT, you're getting all of them, plus the real estate experience that we've had since 2019. You have thousands of conversations that our AIs are trained on.
So AI sales assistant, I think you mentioned it a moment ago.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me a little bit about AI sales assistant because when I started using it before, it was Chime, right? Yeah. It was Chime that we transitioned into Lofty. Chime was built, more on Google machine learning. Now we're transitioning to a full natural language conversation, leveraging, AI. I think AI sales assistant's now powered by ChatGPT.
It is, yeah. So for those of us non-tech folks out there, we basically took something from maybe a kindergarten level, and now it's got a Harvard degree. We just finished that migration. So now all Lofty users who have Sales Assistant are on the new language model. It is jam-packed with capabilities and able to have really rich conversations with leads. It can also help them stay on the Lofty website longer by recommending properties, even adding tiles and photos of it right in the chat.
Yeah.
So as your top guide, you can go through the photos, you can see the square footage, and if you like it, it can ask if you want to save the properties, and that immediately goes into the leads portal. Again, bringing them back to the Lofty website. It's capturing that criteria of what they're looking for and setting up those property alerts totally hands-free from the agent.
And now that's not only a website-facing AI solution. We're talking integrated into SMS as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it can text your leads, even leads that are already in Lofty, maybe that didn't come in from your website. You can set the sources and the pipelines that you want Sales Assistant to reach out to, and it can have all different kinds of targeted conversations, whether you want it to just capture their information, if you want it to schedule showings or recommend listings. It can really handle everything.
That's awesome. I think I even saw something about personas. So you can give your AIs instructions and,
Pre-build some prompting. And I want it to introduce itself a certain way, have a certain tone. You're really in control of how that presence is.
That's all. That's mind-blowing, right? Like basically hire your own assistant to work Lofty, but it's AI doing it for you. And it's deeply integrated into the actual system itself. Yeah. So I know we're talking about AI, but this is one question that I always like to ask. What's one of the newer features or updates that you're most excited about, especially one that's solving real pain points for agents right now? Because I know we released the AI assistant. We've done the update. Now they integrated into ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to top that. It's what's coming next, right? What's the next big thing that you could actually share with the audience?
So we're working on right now AI campaigns. So not only will AI be able to text your leads, but it will also be able to work in some email that is aligned perfectly with the conversations it's having over text and the conversations that you might be having with the lead. Right now, they're kind of separate channels, but as we launch this, then all of the conversations that happen all together will be combined and really flow nicely for the lead. So text and email nurturing with AI, that's definitely something we're excited about.
Yeah, I think that's huge because kind of in the mindset of the agent, right? The agent goes and sends a text, then has to remember like, oh, I got to go send an email, right? Or I have to remember what's in my smart plan that they're responding to. So that way, if I do say, hey, I want to send you a follow-up email in that text, you know what you're actually sending unless you have the email built into the actual smart plan. So that's actually very, very smart that it's communicating and it knows what it sent in the text. It's able to actually see those comms that it's having or those interactions that it's having with the lead and continue to build off that dynamically.
Yeah, the dynamically is the biggest part about that. With the smart plans, they are templated that the agent or user has to pre-build. And so with the AI being able to have these dynamic campaigns, that takes away all the work of having to pre-build your campaign strategy. It's just done for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome because I know a lot of agents who are listening are probably like, man, I just spent like 4 days building a first time home buyer campaign. And now you're telling me it can naturally change that conversation based off of the lead responding, saying, I'm looking to buy my first home.
Yeah.
Now all the content they see is first time home buyer content. That's awesome.
So that'll be coming soon, the email portion. The text is already live and people can have at it.
That's sick.
Yeah. I think more than the feature set that we're launching as well, I think just as a company, Lofty's in a really cool space where we're wanting to connect with real users and hear about their AI dreams. We're very motivated to be recognized as a company that is AI centric. And so it's cool in my position to be able to look for people who are really tuned into AI, hearing about things that they're excited about and put them on our radar. We're able to churn things around. And it's just really cool to be a part of that process.
Yeah, I think that's super important. Like as your role with Lofty, right, and product ops right now is to accept that user feedback because agents are using AI in so many different various ways, right?
And like fast, that beta things changes fast, and we want to be able to stick with that.
I think being able to continue that pace and that cadence and be able to provide that solution is super important.
Yeah.
Because if not, they're going to continue to have to go outside the ChatGPT or Grok or one of the other AI solutions to accomplish it. I think it's smart for Lofty to be aligning and positioning it to be internal so that agents can work more seamless and you can give them their time back.
Absolutely.
Because ChatGPT and Grok, they might not know unless you've actually trained it. They might not know like our variables that are built in within our smart plans or our texting capabilities. Like they don't understand that unless you feed it.
They don't have the favorites that your leads are making. They don't have the photos of your property. There's so many things that are baked into Lofty that if you use those tools, they're just talking to each other so easily. And so, yeah, we'll try to keep everything under the Lofty ecosystem.
Yeah, so AI sales assistant is actually attached to MLS data. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So, yeah, when you have your MLS feed on your website, sales assistant can view all the properties that are on your website. Leads can even ask questions like what school district is this in or things about the local area. And sales assistant is able to answer that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited to use Lofty. You're getting me excited. I'm already a Lofty user, right? So can you give us a sneak peek at anything in the pipeline? Like what's coming next for Lofty agents or for Lofty that agents should be excited about?
I think the email campaign is going to be a really, really big one. We're also deeply invested in AI Marketer and bringing better solutions that will make agents be able to build out their brand. One AI Marketer tool that we're working on is kind of a marketing assistant. Sometimes when we're building our social strategy, you're just kind of putting things out there and seeing what sticks. With the AI Marketer, it will be able to analyze your social content as well as some other heroes in your area and be able to tell you like this person is doing very well because of these different categories. Maybe they have a really strong like business approach, or maybe they're more friendly, and it can give you recommendations on how frequently you should be posting, the type of content that you should be posting to reach your goals, and then keep you totally in line with the reporting to make sure you're hitting those targets.
Yeah, I think that's what most like social planners miss is that reporting system, right? Like I know I'm publishing a lot of content. I know it's going to my social platforms, but what content is driving interactions, right? Like what content is driving clicks? What content's getting people back to my website? What are they engaging with? Who's commenting on those? I think that will be a huge game changer for Lofty once that comes out in Social Studio, because once you know what content drives traffic, agents can just go wild with it, leveraging AI, right? They can continuously post. That's my big thing is I'm always like, you gotta post. Stay social media relevant.
Yeah.
And that's what Social Studio does for you.
Yeah. And you never know what the post will be that captures that person's attention, brings them into your website, and then they can start building trust with you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think one tool that I like to text, I'd bring it up is the AI SEO functionality, right? Because a lot of people who might be looking to get their own agent website or full SEO website, they look at it in the aspect of like, I don't know how to build a website.
Sure.
Where Lofty has a bunch of templates for you already, but the most important ingredient is that SEO, which is, search engine optimization. I'm, tech driven, so I'm a nerd type of person. So I can of course know and what I'm doing. But for people who are coming on the Lofty, they might not know. I think that AI kind of like checklist that tells you, hey, put this here, and it gives you scores is super cool. Can you kind of talk a little bit about that?
That was a big pain point that our users raised of being frustrated and confused by SEO. It felt like it's hard to get answers and even define what it was. And so we worked really closely with people to understand like what's confusing, because we did have SEO tools available previously, but people were missing that guidance element. So with the AI SEO tools, it can help you understand the key tags or differentiators for your business and your area. And then it just bakes all that into your website. So in 10 minutes, you can have a fully SEO optimized website helped with AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And one thing I noticed that Lofty does too with like websites is the indexing, right? Going a little further, like the indexing is super important because you're not just indexing like the homepage to an agent's website, you're indexing all listing pages, all blog pages, all the custom pages. That's all getting put into Google Search Console. That's helping the agent's web presence be even stronger.
Yeah. And the featured area pages are so huge too. We're super excited. On Monday, we're launching some new designs for featured areas. Those are also indexed. You can help those rank, and it can help people build trust on your website.
Yeah. I think there's kind of this transitional shift right now, which is why I love that Lofty is focusing so much on the AI portion to help agents, better increase not only web presence, but better run their business. But I think it's really cool because they are actually doing that, right? Like the Lofties were basically pioneering AI and being a full AI-driven platform.
Yeah, our goal, I think, down the line is hopefully we can just replace the platform with AI. So you don't even really need to log in. You're just trusting that your business is moving along. Yeah. And we're starting to kind of get there with Copilot, being able to do those filterings and bring up those leads. So it's a really cool journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Any closing statements or anything else that you want to share? I always like to say, to close it out, this is a question that's not on the list, right? It's a curveball, rather a curveball.
Okay.
But what is one piece of advice that you would give to an agent who's either A, a Lofty user, or B, a non-Lofty user right now?
That's a really good question. I think lean into your resources. With Copilot, we're able to build in the filtering, but we can also ask questions like, how do I set up a smart plan? How do I do these things? And it can help guide the agents through the process. So if you're feeling stuck, then you have the tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, Baylee, thank you for joining us today on Coffee Lofty. It's been amazing hearing about not only your journey with Lofty, but the journey that you're pioneering with AI and how you're focused on making sure agents get what they want, right?
Yeah, we want people to feel heard. I'm actively looking for people to talk to build our roadmap better. So it's really exciting.
Awesome. Thanks, Baylee, for joining us today.
Thank you.